Okay, to comics. Did anyone read anything cool today, this week? Or
what I was trying to say, though, is that music is good, burning animals bad, and they last longer than 20 seconds.
Burning an animal? Last longer than 20 seconds?
Burning animal makes you last longer than 20 seconds.
No burning animals.
If the listeners can only see Wonder Jones right now.
They
won't
They
get the
can't.
joke unless they see the clip that you just showed us in the break.
Oh, okay.
He showed us a glitch in the Fables game, and it's Big B with Snow White talking to this man, and the glitch is that Big B is like making love to like a pole and like humping, and just non-stop.
The whole way through.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Through the entire conversation, he's just there like. Oh, well, that's what the sound would have been like. And I said it looked like he was having sex with the Invisible Man, or making out with the Invisible Man, or humping the Invisible Man.
It didn't look to you at all like he was a stripper, like holding onto a pole?
That too.
That's right.
And like he was about to cry, like it was the crying game.
How do you play the crying game?
It was a movie. You never saw the movie? Guy
Don't
falls
spoil the ending.
I have to say, moving on, Batman Eternal #2 got me really fucking excited this week
Yes.
with the appearance of Blackfire.
Cool.
And then I don't give a fuck about spoiler alerts.
I have to
You
read
want
it
to give listeners a little background on Black?
Deacon Blackfire was the main heavy in what I feel was one of Batman's best limited series, which everybody would know now more for the graphic novel, the trade paperback, The Cult.
Jim Starlin.
Yep, Jim Starlin wrote it. It was pretty groundbreaking. Came out in the late 80s, and it was pretty heavy, I think, for Batman fans. It was like the next time, aside from Frank Miller's Dark Knight, where everybody was just kind of like, whoa, hey, this is a really cool direction. And the fact that this character, Deacon Blackfire, is coming back for what I think, I'm not saying for sure, I think is the first time since The Cult, really makes me tip my cap to Snyder and the writers.
All 10 of the writers.
Yeah, exactly. This collaborative effort, including Tim Seeley. But yeah, no, I it's not often that I'm reading something and I'm sitting in the lounge when the shop is packed with people and I go, no way, like out loud. And that happened to me. Like I got really excited about it. So if handled correctly, then Batman Eternal is going to get really, really fucking interesting. And if Deacon Blackfire is going to stay around a bit, because a lot of people have talked about how Batman, only has a handful of villains, and there's only so many things you can do with them. I think a character
Which
like
is bullshit, by the way.
Deacon Blackfire will make it really fucking interesting. In the
I can't wait to read it.
So, I mean, it's literally one page. Like he pops up and that's it. But and then
I think you're gonna have a lot of that in Eternal too.
Yeah.
Just like little smaller characters popping in.
But also in this issue, the character who's talking in the shadows for most of the issue pops up at the end. Is also a great reveal.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Batman Eternal, which last week I was kind of like, all right, this is kind of cool. The second issue, it's definitely it's definitely up there at the top of the bad titles right now.
I really like the first page of the first issue. Like I want to see it get to that future moment. I don't know if I should reveal that or not. What happened?
Well, I just revealed a whole bunch of shit. Because it's fun.
If you didn't read the first issue of Batman Eternal, it starts off with Batman tied up to the bat signal. The bat signal is destroyed, and somebody etched in the bat symbol on his bare chest, and you can see like the blood coming down.
Which I feel like I've seen before. I can't remember when, but I feel like I've seen that in Batman comics before, where
Was that like
somebody has cut the symbol in his chest.
Maybe that was during like Morrison's run.
I don't know. I don't know for sure. But anyway, Tiger, it's a little annoying.
I thought you were telling Tiger you're talking about something he read. What did you like today, Tiger? That's not a book that came out.
I liked a lot of things today. A Voice in the Dark. What was it? Issues 5 or 6 that came out today. That fucking
Yeah.
I mean that has been consistently awesome. Auteur, fucking issue 2.
Oh, issue 2 came out.
I cracked up a
The
few
first
times.
issue was great, but
Yeah.
the second issue was just fucking amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're a fan of Hunter S. Thompson, Gonzo journalism, you know, even the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas movie, you know.
Yeah, no, the
Terry
court
Gilliam.
trial is terrific.
It's like
hilarious.
Terry Gilliam's writing a fucking comic. It's brilliant, man. It's really, really good. Especially with, you know, the fact that he's getting out of a limousine and he's wearing a suit with shorts and the media's talking about his ball exposure. You know, how Britney Spears. It's really good.
God bless Rick Spears.
The final issue of Superior Spider-Man was awesome.
By the way, wait, before we go on, I noticed today just a little fun Easter egg in Auteur. Rick Spears apparently is also the letterer, but
The letter?
the letterer.
Oh, I heard Letterer. I'm like the
Letterer. But he switched the first letter in his first name for the first letter in his last name, and it's pretty funny. So,
Oh,
yeah, can you say?
Sick Rears.
Oh, there you go.
That's such a good one.
Lettered by Sick Readers. Anyway, sorry, boring Tiger. Let's move on.
Superior, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Translucent #1 came out today. That was cool. It's
Is that by a band you like, Babyface?
it's a singer. It's the singer Cody Cameron.
Oh, okay.
Claudio
Yeah,
Sanchez.
there you go.
That's his name.
I haven't liked everything he's written, but the art was cool, and I compared it to like the Batman Joker relationship because the main villain in the book is called the Horse, and the Navigator is the hero, and it looks like there's this little boy creating like the comic book of these characters, but it deals with the dependency of superheroes with their villains, and if they're willing to sacrifice people in order to like save their supervillain because of their codependency on them. So I thought that was kind of cool.
What else? Come on, there's a lot of stuff.
Sinistra #1 came out today. I thought it was awesome.
Who's writing that?
Colin Bond.
There you go.
Eaglesham's doing art. We last saw him do art on Iron Man.
I was a little confused by the setup because I wasn't sure what had happened with the. I thought the Sinestro Corps was basically dead.
Well, the last time besides Forever Evil, last time Sinestro was really around was Jeff Johns' last issue, Green Lantern #20, and he decides to put himself in exile. So he goes away, and he's basically recruited to take over the Yellow Lantern Corps, the Sinestro Corps, which Arkillo's taken over, and they've dwindled, and he's in hiding. Well, they're not in hiding, but they're preparing another war, it seems.
Is this the first DC title that Cullen is writing?
That I'm aware of. I mean,
Believe
it's
so.
the
I think
first
it's his first regular title. He's done some one shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he's been on like the Deadpool train for like at least.
That's Marvel.
I know, right?
I mean, Cullen like exploded on Marvel. I remember meeting Cullen for the first time a few years back at Comic-Con, and he created Sixth Gun, which incredible. It's an incredible Oni series, and it literally like talking with him, and he had that real like, hey, read my book kind of attitude, and just like Marvel, I guess, like through meetings at that particular Comic-Con, and then all of a sudden he was on a bunch of Marvel stuff, and me and him were talking, and he's just like, his head was reeling, you know, with all the shit that he couldn't talk about at the time that was coming up, and then sure enough, man, Fear itself came out because it's around that time when he started writing a ton of shit for Marvel, you know.
He's been doing all the Deadpool miniseries. He started
and they've
with
been great.
Magneto.
You know, they've been really good.
Yeah, Deadpool Carnage 2 came out today. It was really, it's really crazy stuff, but I'm getting a good laugh out of it.
And I mean, if not for nothing else, he's really one of the nicest guys I've met in comics. You know, like seeing him last year at Comic-Con, walking around, still not realizing that he's writing these major characters. It almost seems, and like straightening up other artist tables at Artist Alley, like, you know.
And then people
still have no idea who he is. Like, he walks with complete anonymity, you know, around Comic-Con, you know, and we bump into each other and bullshit.
So, like, people only know him when he sits at his table, like with a name tag in front of him.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't even have a table, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and Six Gun hasn't had a table. I don't think either.
No?
But,
It's weird. How about you, Tony? What did you enjoy today?
I only got to read like 2 things before I had to head out, but I read thank you. Superior.
I read 2 things and I didn't fucking like either of them. I thought they were both shit.
You thought they were shit?
No. He's me. Oh, great. So it was a Superior Spider-Man. Pretty good finale as far as like wrapping up odds and loose ends. I like the little twist they have when he's fighting Green Goblin. Not
You
gonna
said
say
wrapping
that.
up Oz, like Osborne.
No, wrapping up
Yeah, I was
arcs.
confused by that
Oh.
too. You said Oz.
You said Oz.
I must have said it fast. I meant arcs.
Oh.
See, I'm not the only one who fumbles.
I also read Batman Zero Year. The
I
the
said
first
Wonder
issue.
Girl.
Yeah, I read the new issue of Batman, which is fighting the final arc of Zero Year. Which, if you've been reading it up to now, the first part of the
Riddler's
first
a
issue,
badass.
yeah, they kind of gave him like this like real like psychotic twist of like just controlling Gotham up to a point.
Yeah, but you know what? For me, it makes sense that, all right, so, the Riddler, somebody who's got all these riddles in his head. I mean, never mind like the 66 fucking TV show. But he's got to be a guy who's got a really good head on his shoulders. He's got to be a really smart guy. So
The
it
fact
kind of
that
makes sense.
He wants people to be smart.
I mean, the fact of what they've been leading up
Yeah,
to.
but in a megalomaniacal way.
This real sick, twisted way of pushing human evolution.
Like just that, if you've been reading it all the way up to now, it was just so well done. How he has you, Snyder has you focusing on all these like villains and groups, and Batman like doing what he can for the city. And in the background, you start to notice little by little that Riddler's got his fucking fingers in everything. Like the whole thing with Dr. Death, and how basically he was being like puppeted by the Riddler the whole time. And just when you think like Batman's gonna save the day and he's gonna get everybody together, he's gonna do what he needs to do, and all of a sudden he falls that short. And look who's in the fucking charge of everything.
Go.
Riddler.
See, one thing I took from the new issue of Batman was when, at the time, Lieutenant Gordon is climbing up the side of a building, and he tells himself, he's like, I have to stop smoking. And I'm like, well, I feel the same way. I get winded pretty easily now. I should do the same, Lieutenant Gordon.
I think that's wonderful. That with all of that action, everything going on, that's the one scene you take away from a babyface. I think that's what's
I
wonderful.
want to make it
about
up to Commissioner.
It spoke to him.
Yeah.
That's what you take away from any great film or work of
It's
art.
those little character moments.
I got a
It
package from me,
speaks to you,
though.
man.
I thought that last issue of Batman was really good, and it was falling off for me a bit. This
I agree with
this
Tiger.
redeemed it for me.
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for when they finally announce the next arc after 0 Year.
I've never been a big fan of plot devices where it's in the future or before the time of the character. You know what I mean? And I feel like you really gotta impress me. And I was with 0 Year. I liked how issue 0 actually tied into it, the Batman issue 0 that they did.
Yeah.
But I agree with Tiger. I feel like the past couple of issues before this one, I was kind of like, all right, come on, where's it
Drawn
going?
out.
Let's go, So.
I wish Scott Snyder could draw every book in DC.
Draw?
You mean Greg Capullo?
Greg Capullo, sorry.
Or did you mean Scott Snyder right?
Be
Both.
great
I
if-
want them both to do every book.
That'd be awesome.
I wish the show was so huge that Tiger would get his wish and like Scott Snyder was a big fan and like drew a bunch of books with stick figures and was like, here you go, here's my artwork.
Like
love
2
you,
pages
Tiger.
worth.
Scott Snyder Confidential.
Yeah.
I dig it. Oh,
That would be an interesting art contest. Scott Snyder versus Rob Liefeld. How do you think that would work out?
It lasts
Snyder
15
would-
fucking seconds because Rob Liefeld's a piece of shit.
Oh, teenagers, have some respect.
By the way, all of those creators can
Make
sign
your
here
Deadpool.
anytime.
Sure enough.
I gotta live with that.
Tiger, what'd you read today, Doug?
I just those 2 books, Spider-Man and Batman. That's it.
That's all you read?
Mhm.
I sworn I saw you read a lot more.
Spider-Man is one issue.
double sized.
I really didn't read much.
What'd you think?
They're both very good.
Are you looking forward to Amazing, or do
Yeah.
you wish Superior would have went on a little bit more? Or you think
No,
it's perfect?
I think they wrapped it up pretty well, and about the time I've had enough of it. I think the Amazing's gonna be pretty good, and now Peter kind of picked up the pieces.
Yeah.
I like the whole end with what's her face? What was the girlfriend?
Carly? Or
No.
Anna
MJ?
Maria?
Yeah, Anna Maria. And he kind of felt bad that Doc Ock is, he's gone now. And she actually loved him. So I guess she's still gonna love him, even though he's not there anymore.
So, but Doc Ock was basically raping this girl because she thought it was Peter. The whole
No,
time.
no.
She didn't know who Peter was.
She knew
Oh,
she
really?
loved him for who he was.
Okay. Well, see, I haven't read one issue of Superior.
Well, she knew who Peter Parker was, face-wise, but didn't know Peter Parker's personality.
Okay.
So to her, that was who Peter Parker was.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
who knows?
actually
Who knows if she would have loved Doc Ock if Doc Ock was in his body with that personality?
All right. So now, another thing I want to bring up is now that Waffle isn't here, and I don't think
It's her first time announcing that.
I don't think that anybody else really gives a shit. I know Ed wanted to talk about the new Captain America movie. I know you saw it,
Oh
right?
yeah, sorry.
Tony saw it. Me and Tiger didn't. I can give a shit. You can give
Can
away
we
whatever
say
the fuck you want. Tiger,
spoilers
you with
ahead?
it?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Spoilers ahead!
Spoiler alert!
Okay.
Spoiler alert! Danger! Danger!
So
Okay.
go ahead. You wanted to talk about it.
Oh no,
What do you wanna bring up?
I really liked it. I've had enough
Are you
time.
serious? I'm going through all this just for you to say I really like it?
No.
And scene.
It's a complete game changer. I've had enough time to think about it. I could say this is my favorite Marvel movie so far.
Good. That's the way it should be.
Well, they were saying that a lot in the couple of weeks leading up to when the movie was going to be released, that this is the best Marvel film, Trump and Avengers. And I'm just curious, I haven't seen it. Do the three of you agree?
The momentum has changed, which is
Also the fact that it's not a straight up superhero movie. It's a spy thriller.
Okay.
thriller.
Yeah, it feels a lot more like a Tom Clancy novel in a lot of ways.
With red, white, and blue.
They shared a color scheme.
That
That's all you're saying?
first scene where they overtake the boat and
Oh.
Batroc the Leaper.
There's nothing funny about that. I don't know why I laughed.
Batroc has taken over a shield ship, and Captain America, Black Widow, and a bunch of guys walking over, and the way
They
he's
wander over with they're just hanging out together.
They sauntered over to the ship.
Parachute over.
Yeah, they parachute in.
Oh, okay.
They take the ship back.
Okay.
And just seeing
Put
him beat
American
the
flag
shit.
down.
Seeing him beat the shit out of everybody, and he has a really cool fight scene, and the way he uses his shield in the attacks, I thought that was really creative and cool.
I mean, is it close to how we use it in the comics?
Yeah, not a single decapitation. Well done.
Yeah, I give credit to the guy who played, who basically played Crossbones. I feel like he was one of those guys where, if it was any other person doing it, it wouldn't have been taken seriously. Like it wouldn't have been like as a good character. But the guy who played him, he made Crossbones like as like a little bit crazy, but a little bit badass, like he's supposed to be.
Well, he's not
Captain.
Crossbones yet. He is a rogue shield agent.
But we know it's him.
Not everyone. I tried to mention it. Nick the Body yelled at me and I was like, if you know the character's name, they say his name over and over and over again throughout the movie. So all you have to do is know Crossbones' his alias, and that's it. Brock
Okay,
Rumlow.
all right. Who's Crossbones?
It's okay.
He's a major Captain America villain. He wears
Freelance
a skull
mercenary,
mask,
fucked up face.
Okay.
and he has literally like crossbones on his.
I
Sure.
think I know who you're talking about in the movie.
He's normally like the Red Skull's like main mercenary.
But also, I'm interested to see what's going to happen on the Shield TV show, because basically in this movie, Shield no longer exists.
Well, yeah,
It's-
Hydra galore.
Yeah, Hydra. You find out Hydra's infiltrated it, and Fury just destroys everything.
Well, Fury pulls a secret invasion. Well, before secret invasion, is like, I'm leaving, and he's going on his own mission.
He pulls Secret War.
Yeah, there you go.
Doctor Strange.
I thought Black Widow's character's been fleshed out a lot more than it has been before.
I thought the Falcon was terrific. I loved him.
Yeah. Well,
Very well done.
now I'm
Is he black in the movie?
Yeah.
Anthony Mack, who
Did they call him the Black Falcon?
No, they don't even call him the Falcon. It's classified papers that say Project Falcon.
do they use the characters' name them?
No.
Yeah, he's Sam Wilson.
Oh, Sam Wilson, yeah.
Does he like
Falcon.
name that when like they talk on the thing?
Yeah.
Or something?
But I'm actually kind of pissed off because I always thought Anthony Mackie would have been great for like a Cyborg or a John
Right.
Stewart. Like he would have been great for
Both
Sorry,
DC
Marvel
characters.
grabbed
and
him.
Marvel snatched him away.
Oh well, we gotta find a different actor.
Oh, jeez, I mean, you know.
DC. Okay, comics, terrible.
Only one
movies.
black actor.
We got
Exactly.
Idris
Idris
Elba from
Elba.
Marvel.
There
It's
you
like,
It's
do you
always
want
like
to play
actor
for
right
the
now.
Yankees or do you want to play for a single A team? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, where are you going to go?
I mean, we're snatching up all the black actors while we can. It's only a matter of time before we get Terry Crews as Luke Cage.
I'm actually impressed you didn't talk about like the after credit scenes. I thought that was your whole purpose. To
Yeah, that we should leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least that.
Yeah,
At least half the people going are paying for that alone.
Mm-hmm.
What I have to say about this movie is I think Captain America 3 is going to be the best one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for Cap 3.
Which is going
Yeah.
up against.
Which is right now it's supposed to come out the same weekend as Batman versus Superman, but I'm sure one of those is going to change.
Yeah,
They'll-
Batman
they'll
versus
move it.
Superman.
They'll move it up if they can. 'Cause
Batman
DC
versus Superman would move.
DC's
Yeah,
gonna tempt
definitely.
them, and they're gonna put it like the week before Captain America.
Yeah. There's absolutely no way that DC is going to hold on and take the chance of going up against it. I mean, you've already got an established franchise.
Yeah,
You know.
track record.
What'd you think of the Winter Soldier himself?
I thought that storyline was cool.
Yeah.
I kind of gathered what it was going to be just
Yeah.
from talking to people, and I'd been aware of that storyline. So
Of who the
I-
character actually
Yeah,
is.
I knew it was Bucky the minute they said it.
Yeah.
They announced it. I thought the acting was good. I would have liked a little bit more backstory. Just in terms of I don't know.
I think the third movie will do that though.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's going to happen. It's going to be fleshed out more. But the character I was really excited with was Black Widow. After this, I would not be surprised to see her have her own movie now, and I don't think I would have felt that way before this movie.
Yeah. No, this was her time to shine more
She
so
was-
than Iron Man 2.
She was supposed to
Avengers.
have her own movie.
Well, who knows? After this, she
Might,
might.
might not.
There was this whole thing where the guy who wrote the original first two X-Men movies had the script already finished. But then the second that they brought it to Marvel and all the people, they said, well, we're already in the middle of the studio's project, so there's no point to this.
Well, this is her third movie appearance, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Iron Man 2, Avengers,
And
and...
this, yeah.
Okay.
And her hairstyle's changed in every single one.
Yes.
Still hot.
Yeah, it's still hot.
Woo!
Oh, it's hot.
Scarlett Johansson.
Big ass.
That was 30th.